Hello, home athletes. Happy Thursday. 5-round workout today. Each round consists of 30 push-ups, 20 deadlifts, and a 200-meter run. And you'll note there is a 1-minute rest in between each round, which obviously isn't enough for a full recovery, but it should be enough just to kind of get that heart rate down a little bit, catch your breath before you move on to the next part, or the next round, I should say. All right, so each round starts with 30 push-ups. Big number, I know. Scale these as necessary. You can elevate your hands. You might have a chair, you might have a coffee table, you might have a freezer, whatever it is. Bring those hands up. The higher the hands are, the easier the movement. So that's one way to scale it. You can do knee push-ups if necessary. I'm not a huge fan of those, but I don't know what your setup is. If you need to do knee push-ups, you do knee push-ups. What we're looking for, though, and another thing I'll encourage you to do, is if you do need to scale some of your push-ups, scale some of your push-ups, not necessarily all of your push-ups. So you might look at 30 and go, well, I can do 10, 12 good push-ups, but I'm going to have to scale the rest of them. Totally fine. Do 20 or 12 on the floor, then for the rest of them, put your hands up on that elevated surface or whatever it is. So for push-ups, I always like to have people think about a plank position, right? You know what a plank position is, right? We've all done a plank hold before. The idea here is there's a nice straight line for the hips and the knees. We're squeezing everything we got, right? We're squeezing the belly, squeezing the butt, squeezing the quads. So we have a nice plank position, right? Like a plank of wood, nice tight straight line. The goal of push-ups is to maintain that plank position as we go up and down. The knees shouldn't bend, the hips shouldn't sag, right? That nice straight line should be maintained ideally. And again, squeeze what you got. Quads, butts, and guts, I like to say. Everything should be tight. So we're doing our push-ups today. We're looking at keeping the shoulders and hips moving at the same time, right? So shoulders and hips go all the way down. Shoulders and hips go all the way back up. You'll notice shoulders and hips moving at the same time. That's what we want. So do your best. That's all you can do. Straight arms at the top, chest to the floor at the bottom, ideally. Next movement, we have 20, and these should be on the lighter side deadlifts, 20 deadlifts. I know what you have at home. Could be kettlebell, barbell, odd object, 2 dumbbells, 1 heavy dumbbell. Doesn't matter. Could be a something that doesn't sit too high. I mean, I was thinking like a bucket or something, which, yeah, you probably could actually. It might be a little higher off the ground than a weight would normally be. That's fine. So remember with our deadlifts, I'm assuming you'll probably use a single weight, so it'll probably be right between the feet. Make sure it stays right between the feet, straight up and straight down. Our deadlift movement, we make sure those heels are flat on the floor. Make sure belly's braced. Make sure to send those hips back. Notice how my shins are kind of vertical here. Not kind of, but they are vertical. We want vertical shins. We want a lot of load on the hips, right? We'll reach that booty back, so we're loading up glutes and hamstrings. And then press those heels into the floor as you stand up. Squeeze your butt at the top, and repeat. Right? It's all in the hips. Shins stay vertical. The biggest thing I like to make sure is people aren't turning this into a squatting motion. Deadlift is not a squat. Very different. Very hip-oriented movement. And then the last part of each round will be a 200-meter run. Hopefully you have that measured out. Get on Google Maps if you haven't. Should take most people about a minute. Right? And again, you'll have a running clock somewhere. Come back in from your run. Check the clock. Give yourself exactly 1 minute to rest before you start the next round. 5 rounds total. It's going to be a longer workout. I won't lie to you. Probably low 20 minutes, maybe mid 20 minutes, depending on you and your setup. That's all I got for you today. Have a great workout. Have fun with this one, guys. Send me a text or an email if you have any questions. Talk to you tomorrow.